Talia, this is what, 6 games in a row, 7 games in a row, 20 points or more. What is, how have you so easily fit in with this offense and kind of found your groove early on?
Yeah, I think Nikki runs a really open offense, a really great system for guards especially. And I think being able to figure out my teammates also and knowing when to get my spots and how they can set me up and how I can set them up, it's made it so much easier. And it's taken a lot of pressure off of me from trying to force stuff. And it just, people make the right pass on this team. People set great screens on this team, right? People make great cuts that get people open. And so just playing off of people and playing off of great players has just made my job so much easier and made scoring so much easier.
Kirsten, there was a stretch early, I think in the first quarter, where y'all outscored them 20-something to 2. I guess how important was getting out to a fast start today, and just how did that help you for the rest of the game?
Super important. I feel like, we started as starters. Our job is to go out and set the tone, set the pace. So we did that. We took pride in that. And, we got to work on keeping that consistent throughout the whole game. But just being able to start well just fuels our team, honestly.
How have you seen this team grow defensively since the beginning of the season, and what other steps do you need to take?
Yeah, we've only grown a little, and that's what I'm so excited about. We have so much growing to do. This team's going to be so good, and once we focus on defense more than we focus on offense, we're going to be great. We stay connected in most things. Yes, we're going to mess up, every team does, but we learn how to play through our mistakes and just have each other's backs.
Talia, Markayla gave you some juice. I think there was one play where she made a contested shot and then forced a turnover. What does her energy do for this team when it needs it most?
Yeah, Markayla's a really great player. She's a really, really talented freshman, and she brings so much energy, especially defensive. On the defensive side of the ball, she gets up, she pressures, she gets in pass lane, she sets the tone in our defense, especially when she's the one picking up the ball. And then offensively, she's just such a talented kid, right? And she can go in, she can make those tough shots. And just her ability to score, I think that we haven't even seen the surface of what she can do yet. And so I'm really excited to see how she grows over the season. But she's such an energy kid for us, and every time she steps on the court, she's out there and she makes a presence for herself, and that's outstanding as a freshman. I'm really excited to keep watching her grow.
KJ, with so much, y'all have traveled so much.
Yeah.
Now you get 5 straight home games. How much of a break is that? I mean, I know you're still playing games, you're still practicing, but just being at home, sleeping in your own bed.
Oh, there you go. Sleeping in my own bed, yes. We're excited. Just to be lucky to be able to play 5 games in a row. We've been traveling for the whole month, so just be able to get our feet back under us, be at home, be comfortable, have our fans with us. I mean, it's just super important because they bring so much energy, and we feed into that energy. So we always love being home because traveling is not my favorite.
She already asked Talia about her 20-point games. Okay. I'm good. I got one more.
Talia, do you think, obviously you're scoring a ton, but the rest of the team, do you think that's something that will come around more consistently? Do you think the rest of the team can score? How quickly will that come around? When do you think it'll come around?
Yeah, I think we have really, really talented individuals across the board, especially on the offensive end. And, every game is different, right? Every game, somebody may be off, somebody may be struggling. But I think as a team, I think we are really consistent, and we have the pieces, and I think that we're starting to put that together. You got to think it's only November. We still have all of December, and then we start conference play. So I think we're going to get it together by then, but we have really, really talented people on the team, and I think when we slow down, when we stop forcing and we keep looking for each other to get open stuff, I think it'll start to flow. We'll start to mesh better, and I think we'll see everybody's best, but I think we're going to be put together for sure by conference play.
Thank you.
just to have a game here? It seemed like it had been a while.
Yeah, it was definitely good to be home. It's I don't think we've had a chance to settle into being home, but it's definitely good to know that we're going to be home now until we go to Dallas. So I think that's the big part. It's just the routine that we can now get into. I don't think we're there yet because, we had a quick turnaround from when we got back, but I think now it aligns better for us to combine rest with opportunity for a lot of growth on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, the first quarter, can you just talk about that, how y'all really kind of dominated that just to kind of create distance right off the bat?
Yeah, I think the first and the third, we played with great pace. I mean, we don't execute very well in the half court yet. We've got a lot of work to do in that space, but I think we're at our best. I had shown them film of last year's game and how easy it was for us to get out in transition and how it takes 5 people to run. And I thought that starting group got stops and that got them in transition, and we made some simple plays in those stretches, and I think that was the key. I mean, I don't think they were ready for us to switch all their actions. I thought that really bothered them. It kept some of their key players from getting a lot of easy looks. I think there were a lot of really, if we had rebounded the basketball, I would have told you it was a really, really elite defensive performance. But because we didn't rebound the basketball, I wouldn't say that. But I think our scheme was good. I think, we did a good job keeping them in front of us and not giving up threes early to, kids that have been shooting the ball at a really high rate. So I thought that part of the game was really good. You get stops, you get in transition, you have 5 people running. We were making simple plays. We were throwing it ahead. We were attacking off the bounce. Like the game was super easy to me when we don't overcomplicate it.
Talia's scored 20 points in 7 straight games to start her Baylor career. What has allowed her to kind of seamlessly fit into this offense and what you want to do?
She's good at basketball. I mean, it's like, and she'd probably tell you I took her out because she gave up 2 threes in a row. We gave up 3 threes, and she gave up two of them in a row. And I think she was 4 for 4 from the field at the time, but really challenging her to understand that, we're not trading baskets. Like, that's not who we are. Talia Scott is an elite shooter. She's an elite scorer, and she makes free throws. And so, when she has space to operate, you better look out because she's pretty good in tight spaces. So I think the thing I appreciate the most about this game was how efficient she was. I mean, I know she was 6 for 7 and missed her last 3, but they were really good shots. And I thought in some of those stretches, we executed some ATOs and got her looks. I thought Jana did a good job finding her, but she's an elite scorer. She's a really elite scorer.
Was Bugs pressing at all today? I mean, 12 rebounds is kind of what she's used to, but 7 turnovers, 4 points, that's not what she's used to. What was she pressing at all today, or what was going on with her?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear she was pressing. I thought when she had a couple turnovers early, maybe even 3, before she even got her first shot up, I just and I need in Bug's worst game, like, she was plus 21. We're a better team when Bugs is on the floor. And so I do care. Like, don't get me wrong. I care that she turned it over when she didn't need to. Like, when you're pressing and the ball just, like, tends to flop out of your hands and, do some things. She missed the layup in transition that Bugs doesn't miss. She's probably one of the best kids I've ever coached at just not rushing, getting to balance. Like, when other people, like, catch it in transition and just shoot it before they even know where they're at, she always gets to balance, finds where she's at. She just makes us a better team because she went and got 5 offensive rebounds. And until, like, Markayla tipped one out late and became, someone that got 2 offensive rebounds, like, she puts pressure. You have to box her out. Like, they can't get in transition as easily because they have to box Bugs out. Like, she hustles on every play. Even if her player is the furthest down the floor and she goes to the board, she's never going to not run as hard as she can to get back and get matched up. Does she get beat on the bounce? Sure. So does every kid on our team, you know? Does she miss shots? Yes, so does every kid on our team. But I never doubt her effort. And so for that, like, I just know that we function at a higher level when she's on the floor, even when she's not making shots, and even when she's turning the ball over, because that just doesn't happen, you know? And so for us to win by 30 and for her to have, you know, shoot 20% and have 7 turnovers, you know, it should be better the next game.
Obviously, some of it was just opportunities, but your bench scored 33. How big is a game like this just to get them that kind of experience and them have some positive success like that?
Well, I think if we're going to be good, Ting has to be good. So getting her minutes, her seeing the ball go through the basket, super important. You know, statistically, she's our best three-point shooter. If you watch her in shooting drills, she's our best three-point shooter. She's got to be ready to shoot it. She turns down shots that she should never turn down to travel, you know? Like, she won't travel if she shoots it. And so she's an elite shooter. I want her to search for her shot. It makes us a better team. You know, I think her defensive growth, she's still got a lot of room to improve. She's got a lot of room to improve on the glass, but she's getting better. She's starting to understand. You know, I think, you know, we have to have stuff off our bench. We can't rely. I mean, when you look at the numbers, clearly our starters were the ones that got us big numbers and big leads. And we need the bench to be able to come in and keep the same tempo and make the same decisions. I think it was good for Kira that we got in transition. I think Kira is going to be at her best when she's in transition and there's space to operate, because she's, you know, I've asked her to do 2 things: run to the rim really hard, offensive rebound, and space and make threes. And I think those are things she can realistically do. I thought her energy was good. You know, Markayla plays with really great energy. Like, I give her grace because she makes a lot of mistakes, because she's going to be the first to the floor, and that's either in you or it's not. Like, we can make them do drills where they dive, but when the ball's loose, one kid dives, one kid doesn't, and she's the kid that dives. So she can make defensive plays and energy plays that help our team. Would love to see a 3 go in for her, because eventually, you know, I don't want her to have to turn them down, but there comes a point in time where, you know, you got to turn them down and get to a shot that, you know, you're going to make. And so I thought our bench was solid. I thought our pace was good. You know, I thought Kyla got on the glass and posted. You know, she's just got to get in the gym and make free throws. Like, it's just that simple. Like, she's got to make free throws. If she can make 2 in a row, she doesn't need to miss 4 in a row. So, you know, that's just on her to get her rear in the gym and make those. Same with Markayla. They got to make free throws because they're going to get there. They're kids that play around the rim, so they're going to get to the foul line.
I did want to ask about Markayla's energy, because it seemed like there were a few times when, you know, I think she forced a turnover and got fired up, and then got an and one and got fired up. How important is that for this team?
She does something different for us. Like, we really miss. You miss a lot of kids and what they bring. You know, like, every team's different. But Jada Walker was the head of the snake for us defensively last year, and we don't have that kind of ball pressure until she comes in. And she's not as good as Jada on the ball, but she brings the same energy on the ball, and she takes pride in it. And that's a big thing. Like, she is okay with, like, she is super prideful. And you can hear she talks to herself the whole time. Like, she's got an internal and external dialogue going on when she's guarding the ball. I don't know what she's saying or who she's saying it to, but it's, you know, entertaining in and of itself. But she fires herself up, let alone her teammates. So, you know, like, that's what she brings. She brings a kid that, like, wants to get up and wants to pressure the ball. Now, will she switch a screen when she's supposed to? That's the big question mark. Will they slip her? Yep, they're probably going to slip her. You know, like, there's those communication things. But her effort on the ball is elite. It's elite, really elite.
Nikki, complete, I guess, the Louisiana tour with Grambling State and Southeastern Louisiana. Talk about just what do you hope to get out of those 2 games coming up?
I would like to turn the ball over less. That would be probably my number one goal. Less. I didn't say. I'm learning. I'm learning. Every team is different, and but I'd like to turn the ball over less. I would like to help. I would like to help our group simplify the game. I think we complicate the game, and that's what leads to our turnovers. We don't throw the pass one pass away. We skip that person, and we throw the longer pass that gets deflected. Like we just, when we played simple basketball to open the first and the third, we were really solid. When we try to complicate things, when we try to throw things in tight spaces, when we, it's not who we are. And I'm not sure that we aren't asking things of our teammates that, like, they need to understand each other. Like, don't throw the ball low to Kyla, throw it high. Like, it's not rocket science. But, like, we have to understand our teammates to where we're turning the basketball, throwing the wrong type of passes. We're throwing it sometimes to the right person. We're throwing the wrong type of pass. So we have to do some of those things better. Do I think we should have been at 15 assists? Because I thought we did throw the ball to wide open people, and we missed a couple layups, and we missed wide open threes. Yes. But we've got to drive the turnovers down so that if we only have 12 assists, that we only have 15 turnovers. Like, we don't need the illegal screens. We don't need the illegal screens. Like, we've got to be better in that area. So I hope we turn the ball over less. That's my goal in this next stretch, because if we get to Texas and we're still turning the ball over like this, we're going to set a national record. So, yeah, we got to take care of the ball. What's crazy is we turn it over 20 times and they had